Gaffer, Peterborough to come on Tuesday night, but first off, and as always, if we look back to the last game against Stockport, a great 4-1 win, just your reflections having had a bit more time to mull over it.
Yeah, I thought we were good in the game. I thought the times when we done the dirty stuff well, we was effective, and it was a good away performance. I thought we started the first 10 minutes just being solid and making no mistakes, and then obviously Stockport made a mistake for our first goal, and then we got the second one pretty quickly. And after that, I think they're a good team. I think they've been successful over a long period. They're really, really good at home, and you expect them to have spells. I thought they come on strong last 15 of the first half and first 10 of the second half, and but I'm glad that we conceded that goal because it was a test of our character. And so far, the players, especially in the last 2 or 3 weeks, have shown massive resilience. From losing the first 4 games and being unlucky at times, to now winning 2 on the bounce. It shows a lot of character, and the squad is growing. It's getting better, it's getting fitter. So it was a really good result against a really good team.
You've said pretty much since the start of the season that you believe that we'll get better as it goes on. Do you feel like you're seeing that?
I think we've got more options, more experience, more options. The fact that we can bring, you look at the subs that we bring on: Don Ball, hundreds of games, Jordan Graham, hundreds of games. Brandon Cooper's getting more experience now. So I think we've got more experience in the squad. Everybody's fit, apart from obviously Theo. And it hurts me that I'm having to leave Prats out the squad. Jack Simpson, it was his own fault. It was a stupid sending off, so he missed out. And then Zack, who started the season off really, really well, he's finding himself out the squad. But I've had to just go with experience a little bit more, and find different ways of winning. I think we've done that really, really well.
For someone like Zack, who obviously hasn't been involved the last couple of games, but did start the season so well, as you say, like, how important is it that he does still learn from times like these?
I think the communication is important. I think he's a top talent. I think people look at him from the outside and know that he's an emerging talent and he's going to be a top player. But you also have to put young players through different scenarios. So it's great when they're playing every week, but you also have to take them out of the squad sometimes to see how they train, to build the resilience up, like I spoke about. But I've got no worries about Zack. If he trains properly, he'll be back in the squad and back in the team soon.
Peterborough to come tomorrow night. They got a 3-2 win on Saturday against Bristol Rovers. What kind of test are they going to put to us?
I think for quite a real long time now, whenever they've been in League One, they're a really strong League One. You expect them to be in the playoffs year in, year out. And they got to the stage where it was a bit of a yo-yo team from the Championship to League One. And they've made a lot of money in player sales, a great model for a lot of clubs to look at. But it's difficult to do. People always say, why don't we sign young players or sign players from non-league? It's tough. It's really tough. They put the money where the mouth is. They sign players for money from non-league. They get the scouting systems, right? So, and then obviously when they do sign them, they put them in the team and produce good players and earn a lot of money through resales. So I think it's a really good model from a club. Play good football, manager I've played for in the past, real good tactically. So I expect nothing more than a hard game, but I think they'll be there and abouts at the end of the season.
And tomorrow night is our second of 4 back-to-back Saturday Tuesdays. Just how tough is that for you as a manager, and how important does your squad as a whole become?
Yeah, I mean you go through stages where it's tough for everyone. You look at these Premier League players who are coming out and complaining about the number of games, and I totally get it, because they have the World Cups or the Euros, so they can go 2 years basically playing football the whole time. And when you get to our level, some of the squads ain't as big. We're all right at the moment, so we can deal with Saturday, Tuesday. But sometimes it's tough. It's tough not on you, not just physically, but mentally as well. So we need to make sure that we give the players a proper rest. But like I say, four home games coming up. A lot of opportunities to pick up points, and that's where not only the players are important, but our supporters are just as important in that as well.
And just lastly, you mentioned the fans there, but been brilliant all season so far, particularly at Reading and Brentford and Stockport on Saturday. How big of a role can they play?
I got a train home on Saturday because I was in a rush and actually bumped into a lot of them. A lot of them smelt of alcohol, which was good, and enjoyed the trip back. But I also want to thank Richard, who, when I got to Euston, I still had a big bag, so I didn't know where to leave it because I was rushing, and Richard offered to take my bag home for him. So I met him on Sunday morning, picked my bag up. So Richard, if you're watching, I thank you very much. But it just goes to show that our supporters are great, they're good people. So if they can support us, especially on Tuesday because it's the first one coming up. I know it's a Tuesday night, I know it's a rearranged game, it can be tough for some of them, but we need to try and fill as many seats as possible and get the atmosphere up and make it as difficult as possible for Peterborough, because, like I say, good team, always in and around the playoffs, some top talent, sold players for millions and millions of pounds in the last 6 months, and still got players that are worth millions of pounds, so tough test, and we need the supporters on side.